Good afternoon. Welcome back. It's been a rainy day here in Northern Ontario. My name is Dave, and this is Macaro Siding, my N-scale layout. Today we're going to do some scenery work around the cement plant. As I said last week at the end of the video, we got to do this now because I'll have to reach over stuff once it's glued in place, and that's just not going to work out very well because I know I'll damage something for sure, and then I'll have to pry everything off the layout and fix it and then put it back. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do this today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I make my own Sculptamold. I did a video way back, a tutorial on Sculptamold and two other methods of making it. This is the method that I've come up with. And so what it is a half cup of Plaster of Paris, a half cup of tile cement, the actual cement for putting tiles down, and then cellulose insulation, the blown in stuff, the stuff that you see a guy with a big machine blowing insulation into your attic. And it's a paper base. It's been treated so that it's flame retardant. Okay, that doesn't really matter down here, but I'm just saying that that's what it is. And you can buy a huge bag. I've got enough cellulose to last me a lifetime because they sell it in huge bags. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the layout. I'm going to switch to the camera where we'll be working. I thought I would use another camera angle, but the one I've got set up is the one that's probably going to work the best because you'll be able to see me and see what I'm doing. This Sculptamold that I make is because of the grout and the cement and the Plaster of Paris. It is a rock hard, solid, scenic material, and you get about 15-20 minutes maybe of work time with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the camera that we're going to use, and I'm going to take got a bottle of water down here at I think I got a bottle of water down here. Yes, I got a bottle of water down here, and I'm going to just switch over, and we will start, and I will show you how this works. So give me a second, and I'll be right over in the layout. So that's the angle for the shot. The cement plant has been taken out of the way, and I have put in some rock molds along the edge of the embankment there, and we're going to fill in all of that with the Sculptamold material. So just give me a second, and I'm just looking here to see if there's anything I've left out that I need. I don't think so. I am going to I'm going to walk by and get a pair of gloves as I go around. So I'll be right there. So now I think you should be able to see me. I'm just going to put the water behind me here, and I'm going to get some gloves on. So what I've done, and this is why I was going to use two camera angles, but I think we'll just ignore the other side of the stream here. So what I've done is I've used some clear coat wood shield from Home Hardware. It's a interior satin finish, and I've sealed this surface with that clear coat because I'm not going to pour on this the Envirotex resin. The gentleman who has the channel called Boomer and does model railroad. He uses a series of glazes, and so what you do is you paint this down, and then you use some acrylic medium stuff to create the water effect. And from what I've seen from the video that he made, it's a much more effective looking piece of water than it is with the Envirotex. Also, you have full control. This stuff, when you use this acrylic medium, you don't end up with the creep that happens with the Envirotex, and you also don't have to worry about leaks because you're in full control of what you're doing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reach over here. And this is what the material looks like. It actually looks like it's old newspapers and everything that's been chopped up and treated. So it goes in a bowl. And as I said, I've got half a cup of grout or cement and half a cup of Plaster of Paris in there. And we'll just mix it up here. So now the amount of water is really about the consistency that you want it. So you add a little bit of water, mix it together, add a little bit of water, mix it together, and then you're ready to go. So water in. And now I would suggest wearing gloves. This is messier than can be. And like I say, you can mix it to whatever consistency you want. I'm going to make it a little bit wetter than it is right now. That'll make it easier to spread around. Now I'm hoping that this video isn't very long because now what I'm intending to do here is just to blend in the edge of the riverbank and the edge of the area where the cement plant is, so that it looks more natural, and we can get rid of the edge of that cork that the cement plant's sitting on. A little bit more water. Yeah, now we're getting to the consistency I need. So you can see now that it's a mushy mess. And your working time, because of the plaster of Paris that's in it, you've got about 15 minutes, maybe 20 if you're lucky. And again, that also depends on how wet you make this mix. So then all I do is I pull out a bunch of this and I start putting it in place. And you can shape it and make it fill the gaps. Now it does, like I say, your working time is about 15-20 minutes. Just keep going here. Every now I got to turn and take a look, see. Okay, got to put some underneath this rock mold. Now, like I say, this makes a decent amount of pseudo Sculptamold. It also means that you don't have to have a totally flat surface. You can build it up a bit and make it look a little bit more realistic. Okay, we're going to come down below this. Push that in there, make sure that fills that. Now this is the same material that I used when I was building the, if you've been watching most of my videos, when I was building the gravel pit, the open face mine. I used this material as well. And you can see what it looks like if you go back in the videos and find that with, you see the, see what it looks like when it's painted up and stuff. And it does paint up really nicely. And like I say, it has its own texture, so okay, we're just gonna, I think I made up enough just to do this. Of course, in the end, this is much, much cheaper than buying a bag of Sculptamold that would do this. If I bought a bag of Sculptamold to do just the mine, I would have to buy 2 or 3 of them, and that's about the cost of of a huge bag of cellulose that's going to last me a lifetime. So here I'm just going to work on this right down here. Let's get this done here to make sure we get the riverbed done. If we don't get this edge done, that's not a big deal. Oops, what have we got here? Oh, we got something that I've never seen before in that. There we go. Now you can see it's just like Sculptamold in that you just push it around and it does what it needs to do. So, get that out of there. Alright, bits and pieces here that we can make it give it a little bit more detail. And I've got some spaces here where I need to fill them in. And boy, I mean just the right amount. Just going to run out a little bit of run out here. There we go. Why don't I just stuff that in here right now? So now just going to work at smoothing it out, trying to fill in any gaps that I see that need to be filled. Well, I wonder, can I, let's see if I can scrape some up here. I'm going to steal some stuff from here. I didn't do underneath this rock, so I'm going to do underneath that one, and then whatever's left there. Okay. And we'll just spread this out to fill in the little hole that I just stole stuff from. And I'm just what I'm doing is smoothing it out a bit. I want to leave it look a little bit like rock as well, but also like just the ground surface. I think if you go online, you'll find that other people make their own Sculptamold as well. I don't know if they do it this way or not. I don't know if this is an original idea from me or whether somebody else does it exactly the same way I do. But so there you are. You can see it does have a little bit of a shelf life here that you can work it. It also, if you leave it alone a little bit, it does have its own texture. Just to give you a history here, this would be the Spanish River that flows throughout a good portion of northern Ontario. And Domtar has I think I've said this before, but they have an electric generating plant. They've got a dam here, and they've cut a bypass for the water to go into the generating station and out back into the river, and it comes up and it goes and works with the plant. Now I'll bring out details and depth and changes of color, of course, when I paint this. It's not really fair to say paint, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use grout and of different colors to create the different colors of the rock surfaces here. Also, this is going to have some static grass on it. It may have some trees on it. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to wait until it dries, and I can tell whether or not I want to do that or not. So anyway, again, a quarter cup of tile cement, quarter cup of plaster of Paris, and a good two handfuls of the cellulose powder. So what I'm going to do is we're going to leave this now and let it set up. I'm going to do the other side, but I don't have a camera angle from over here. I'm not going to do it today. And then once that's done, and it'll be done before next week, so that it'll be done maybe today even, while I'm waiting for the video to upload and stuff. I've already put plaster all the way around this edge here, plaster rocks, and a casting of a plaster wall, a concrete wall, up just in this area here, where they cut in, so the water will go down into the generating station. I'm going to put some Sculptamold, some of my Sculptamold here, and we're going to let that all set up and dry. And then next week, I'm going to give you an overview of what the paper mill looks like. We're going to shoot all around the different parts of the paper mill so you can see it. And then we're going to start taking pieces off of the paper mill, buildings and other things, and we're going to lay down a whole area of grout powder on the surface, so it all has a texture to it. First, I'm going to paint all of this cork brown, so that so we have a color underneath for the grout, so we're not running right down to the cork. And then what we're going to do is we're going to work forward. So we're going to start back here with the power plant and the spreader machine that spreads the wood chips before they go into the plant itself. So let me walk back over there again. Take these gloves off, and we'll wrap it up for today. So where it's with my preview, let's fade to 1. There we go. So we're back. So you can see it doesn't take much to do it, and you're more than welcome to try it yourself. So, as always, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and remember, it's your road, and you can build it any way you want. And we'll see you next week.